Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Now I don't know exactly what the intent of this statement is, but I can look at it from certain kind of angles. Let's read it and see what angle could fit this statement to interpret it, obviously. This article comes from Daily Beast, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be a statement made by a Russian guy. It is from December 12, 2022. This is what is an official, Kremlin official says. Brace for all-out attacks on Russian soil. Kremlin official warns. So Russia should be on alert for more Ukrainian strikes into Russian territory following recent attacks at Russia's Engels air base and another base in the Ryazan region with Russia. State Duma Deputy Andrei Gurulev warned over the weekend. So this is the deputy from the Duma. That's what he says. And I'm quoting. There is no need to be surprised. We must be ready for anything. Sooner or later, they will supply them with everything. Guns of any range, tanks, aircraft, we must calculate and prepare for this. End quote. Gurulev said on Telegram. Did you hear that? So sooner or later, they will provide them with everything. They will supply them with everything. What was I fucking saying for the past 7 months? Not that if these guys confirm what I said, we make us, oh yeah, we're right. But everything he says, and look around you. Look around you, and I will make this statement become a reality or supported by evidence. And I'm quoting again. We see that they are trying to hit our bases, the accumulation of troops, the accumulation of material resources. End quote. Gurulev said, referencing the attacks and warning more strikes on Russian resources may be looming. You bet. We guarantee that, do we? While Ukraine has previously targeted Russian entities in Crimea, the peninsula, Russia illegally annexed from the attacks last week within Russian territory revealed that Ukraine's long-range drones might be more capable than was previously known. And they waited 11 months, 10 months, right, into war. And I'm supposed to believe that somehow. No questions about that, right? Would you wait to be fucked up for 10 months and then say, you know what, I actually can retaliate with, I have a gun too. Oh, I've just found it. No. Long-range drones might be more capable than was previously known. So they didn't know. They know, hey, Gigi, yeah. What do you think those drones that we have over there, they're dusty drones? Do you think they, no, I think those drones are going like 20 kilometers. All right, that's all they go. Okay, man. Can we try them? Because we don't know. Well, okay, let's try them. Oh my God, they go 550 kilometers. Jesus Christ, Gigi. We just found out. 10 months into the war. I don't believe that. I don't think you believe that either. You just found out. So those drones might be more capable, they are, we already know, that was previously known, and that Ukrainian authority may be more interested in fighting back on Russian soil. Interested. I think they were interested from the very beginning, my boy. They didn't have the permission from their masters. But somehow, little by little, they got this permission. And yes, they will get everything they ask for. And not only, it was normal. It just needed time to get the population on board with this racket. Initially, Russian authorities indicated that the Russian air defenses intercepted the attacks, but Gurulev admission that Russia should be on the lookout for more Ukrainian attacks could signal that the explosions at Russian air bases have Moscow on edge. Well, I don't know if that makes sense here. His admission was that they attacked. He didn't admit that, yes, and they blew up all our things. The attacks. Well, the attacks could be repelled, but anyway, I'm not discussing that. The fact is, the Ukrainians were able to hit over there. That's for sure. And the fact that they just realized 5 days ago that they can do it, or only 5 days they were allowed to do it. It's even if they just found out 10 days or 5 days, even if they were just signaled, yeah, you can use them right now, it's still true. Yeah, the Ukrainians will hit more targets in Russia. That's for sure. That's for sure. The thing is, they were not allowed. And this, as being a supposedly Ukrainian technology, they had them, but they didn't know. I don't believe that either. Or either. Why? I think those things might have been there. Maybe they were not that accurate. Because remember, those rockets, those missiles that these guys, those drones they're called, those drones that they talk about, those were designed in the 70s and 80s with, I was about to say nuclear, a jet engine, jet propelled, and they flew low altitude. Now, do you think that in the 70s or 80s, the Russians had the capability of, guiding them? There was no such a thing. Well, they came with the answer. Well, after 1990, they upgraded those. They made them better. Okay, 1990, 2000. I don't think that's the case. I think because the synchronization between who's giving you the exact location and you are able to send it right there, there's not like something that Ukraine just thought about it 5 days ago. Maybe they did. I doubt it. It's either they didn't have the green light and now they do it, and those things were modified, believe me, with the help of the sponsors. It's hard for me to believe that, right now we use the wrenches and we figure things out. Okay, maybe, I give him 2%. Like it goes by proportionalities, by possibilities and probabilities. Possibilities is big. Probability is slim. But anyway, should the Russians get ready? Yes. Moscow should get ready. Moscow. Why? Because those drones, they call them, look at them, they're like rockets, drones. Yeah, okay. Those rockets or missiles, whatever they are, you can find them online. Those have a range of about 1,000 kilometers. Now you know how far Moscow is from the border with Ukraine? About 700 kilometers. So they have 300 kilometers, which is about, 220 miles to play with. So Moscow is within range of being hit by those missiles. How many do they have? Only Russians and Ukrainians know, and Americans and all those guys, obviously. We will not find out. So you think they're gonna hit Moscow? Have you heard about those explosions lately? In Moscow, in about, 2 weeks, there were like 7 or 5 major, not explosions, fires, they call them, fires. At a mall, at a factory, and this and that. Didn't happen, something, a car just blew up or something. Big things. Do you think it was just accidents? It's kind of suspicious, don't you think? You don't hear anything for, 10 months, and you hear right now in the past week that 5 big factories and the mall and this just caught fire. I have questions about that, okay? I just have questions, I'm sorry. I think it's very suspicious, don't you think? And before those fires, the Ukrainians just tried to hit and succeeded those air bases at 5 military air bases, nuclear one, the one at 550 kilometers. That's 150 kilometers from Moscow. The one that was at 550 kilometers from the border with the bombers, with the nuclear bombers, that's 130 or something like this kilometers. That's why 550 with one, let's say 150, you got to about 700 kilometers from the border. You go within, let's say in Ukraine, 50 kilometers, and you got about 750 kilometers. Hey, you get 100 kilometers. So you have, the Russians don't blow you. Not that kind, but that kind of blow. Anyway. It's just like that, and it's then they were going to do it, and I'm expecting those things that happen in Moscow not to be accidental, and I'm 100% certain that they are capable of pinpointing administrative buildings, like the Kremlin, for instance. But if that happens, I think the Russians will go all the way in, so they know better. That's my assessment. That would be really crazy to send a missile to the Kremlin. I think that Zelensky and Shmihal and all those kosher guys over there, they will be eliminated in 35 seconds. And Kiev will be smoked. And that's what I think. Maybe not necessarily with nuclear weapons, but they're going to say, yeah, okay, everything, bring it here. And believe me, they have the capability. Not what these guys are saying, oh, they don't have the capability, man. They have 4 or 5 more attacks, missile attacks, and they're done, man. They're toast. Okay, all right, so be it. We'll see, right? We'll see. But they will got plan B. They said, well, if they run out of their ammunition, they're trying to buy tons of missiles from Iran. So if their prediction that the Russians have only 4 or 5 or 3 or 2, because they said between 3 and 4 massive missile attacks. That's all they got. Then they realized they got 2 already done. They say, what? Several. Several means, I don't know, could be 20 attacks, could be 3 attacks. That's several. To make, if it doesn't happen, to say, well, we said several, but before you said between 2 and 3, motherfuckers, or 3 and 4, whatever you said. And now they came with this one. Well, they tried to buy from Iran tons of missiles. That means even if after those several are exhausted, they will not be exhausted because they have Iranian missiles. You got it? You got it. Lies, 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 lies. Liars, liars, pants on fire, right? Anyway, I'm waiting for these guys to hit in their craziness, maybe, but I think the United States will not allow the crazies to hit Moscow. And the crazies are the guys who don't give a fuck about anything. And you gotta be like that in order to be in the position you are. I'm talking to those guys. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, remember, Zelensky said that NATO should preemptively nuke Russia. And Putin never said Russia should preemptively hit a nuke anybody. Right? So just by that, but Putin has nuclear weapons, the other guy doesn't have them. And this guy would have used them 100% from his statements. The other guy has them and he doesn't use them. Okay? So he doesn't have to talk in scenarios or wishful thinking. All right? Didn't use them. The guy doesn't have them and he said, Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.